Mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get on a new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing.
Your man Tartuffe, he's full of holy speeches.
And practices precisely what he preaches.
Good God! You expect me to submit to the tyrannies of that carping hypocrite?
To hear him talk, and he talks all the time. There's nothing one can do that's not a crime. He rails at everything, your dear Tartuffe.
Whatever he reproves deserves
of her mind. My, what a scene she made, and what a din. Now this man, Tartuffe, has taken her in.
Yes, but her son is even worse deceived. His folly must be seen to be believed. He has quite lost his sense since he fell beneath Tartuffe's infatuating spell. He calls him brother, and loves him as his life, preferring him to mother, child, or wife. He's possessed, he's mad, he worships him, he dotes. His deeds he marvels at, his words he quotes. Thinking each act a miracle, each word oracular as those that Moses heard. Tartuffe, much pleased to find so easy a victim, has in 100 ways beguiled and tricked. Milked him of his money, and with his permission, established here a sort of inquisition.
Oh, you did well not to follow. She stood in the door and said verbatim all she said before. I hear my husband coming. I think it's best I go upstairs now and take a little rest.
I'll say and greet him here that I must go. I've really only time to say hello.
Sound him about my sister's wedding, please. I think Tartuffe's against it, and that he's been urging father to withdraw his blessing. As you well know, I find more distressing. Unless my sister and Valere will marry, my hopes to wed his sister will miscarry. And I'm determined.
Oh, he's coming.
Sorry I can't stay. How is the country blossoming, I trust, and green?
Oh, just one moment. Go ring. Thank you. Put my mind at rest, I always learn. The household news the moment I return. Has all been well? These 2 days I've been gone, how's the family? What's been going on?
Your wife 2 days ago had a bad fever and a fierce headache which refused to leave her.
And Tartuffe?
Tartuffe. Why, he's round and red, bursting with health and excellently fed.
Oh, poor fellow.
That night, the mistress was unable to take a single bite at the dinner table. Her headache pains, she said, were simply hellish.
Oh, and Tartuffe?
Why, he ate his meal with relish and zealously devoured in her presence a leg of mutton and a brace of pheasants.
Poor fellow.
Well, the pains continued strong, and so she tossed and tossed the whole night long. Now icy cold, now burning like a flame. We sat beside her bed until morning.
What? And Tartuffe?
Why, having eaten, he rose and saw his room already in a doze, got into his warm bed and snored away in perfect peace until the break of day.
Oh, poor fellow.
After much ado, we talked her into dispatching someone for the doctor. He bled her, and her fever quickly fell.
And Tartuffe?
He bore it very well.
Oh, thank God.
To keep his cheerfulness at any cost and make up for the blood Madame had lost at lunch, he drank 4 beakers full of port.
Poor fellow.
Both are doing well, in short. I'll go tell Madame that you've expressed keen sympathy and anxious interest.
That girl is laughing in your face. And though I've no wish to offend you, even so, are you so dazed by Tartuffe's hocus pocus that all the world save him is out of focus? You've given him clothing, shelter, food, and care. Why must you also...
Brother, stop right there. You do not know the man of whom you speak.
Well, I grant you that, but my judgment's not so weak that I can't tell by his effect on others.
And when you meet him, you two will be like brothers. There's been no loftier soul since time began. He's a man who... An excellent man. Yes, thanks to him, I'm a changed man indeed. Under his tutelage, my soul's been freed from all earthly loves and every human tie. My mother, wife, children, brother could die, and I wouldn't feel a single moment's pain.
Good God, man, have you lost your common sense? Or is this all some joke at my expense? How can you stand there and in all sobriety?
Brother, your language savors of impiety. Too much free thinking's made that faith unsteady, and as I've warned you many times already, 'twill get you into trouble before you're through. Hello? No. Monsieur Argas? No. Bye-bye.
to me, with his own hand, in utmost secrecy, wrote on the very morning of his flight, the nature of the painting, if it came to light, would ruin him, or so is my impression.
Then why would you keep it as your possession?
Not even my wife knows where to find it.
Look, brother, I don't pretend to be a sage, nor have I all the wisdom of the age, but there's just one insight I would dare to claim. I know that true and false are not the same. And just as there is nothing that I more revere than a soul whose faith is steadfast and sincere, nothing I more cherish or admire than honest zeal and true religious fire. These calculating souls who offer prayers not to their maker, but as public wares, who seek to buy respect and reputation with lifted eyes and sighs of exaltation. These charlatans, I say, whose pilgrim souls proceed by way of heaven toward earthly goals, who weep and pray and swindle and extort, who preach the monkish life but haunt the court, who make the zeal the partner of their vice. Such men are vengeful, sly, and cold as ice. Such knaves are all too common, yet for the wise true piety is hard to recognize, and happily these present times provide us with bright examples to instruct and guide us. Consider Ariston and Periandry. Look at Orant, Alexidemus, or Catandry. Their virtue is acknowledged. Who could doubt it? But you won't hear them beat the drum about it. They're never ostentatious, never vain, and their religion's moderate and humane. It's not their way to criticize and chide. They think censoriousness a mark of pride. They think no evil of their fellow man, but judge of him as kindly as they can. Your man is not their sort at all, I fear, and while your praise of him is quite sincere, I fear that you've been dreadfully deluded.
Brother, is your speech concluded?
Why, yes.
Your servant, sir.
No, brother, wait. There's one more matter. You agreed of late that young Blair might have your daughter's hand.
I did.
And set the date, I understand.
Quite so.
You've now postponed it. Is that true?
No doubt.
The match no longer pleases you.
Oh, who knows?
Do you mean to go back on your word?
I didn't say that.
Has anything occurred which might entitle you to break your pledge?
Perhaps.
Why must you hem the potter's hedge? The boy asked me to sound you in this affair.
It's been a pleasure.
But what shall I tell Valere?
Oh, anything you like.
What have you decided? What are your plans?
I plan, sir, to be guided by heaven's will.
Come, brother, don't talk rot. You've given Valere your word. Will you keep it or not?
Good day.
This seems to be poor Valere's undoing. I'll go and warn him that there's trouble brewing.
Marianne! Marianne! Marianne!
Yes, Father?
Yeah, I'll work with you. Come here.
What are you looking for?
Eavesdroppers, my dear. I'm making sure we shan't be overheard. Yeah. Someone in there could catch our every word. Ha. Yeah. Yeah, good, we're safe. Now, Marianne,
My child, you're a girl who's tractable and mild, whom I hold dear and think highly of.
I'm deeply grateful, Father, for your love.
That's well said, and you can repay me if in all things you will obey me.
To please you, sir, is what delights me best.
Good, good. Now, what do you think of Tartuffe, our guest?
I, sir?
Yes, weigh your answer, think it through.
Oh, dear. I'll say whatever you wish me to.
That's well said, dear daughter. Say of him, then, that he is the worthiest of men, and that you're fond of him, and that you would rejoice in being his wife if it should be my choice. Well?
What?
What? What?
Forgive me, pray.
Did you not hear me?
Of whom, sir, must I say that I am fond of him and would rejoice in being his wife, if that should be your choice?
Why of Tartuffe?
But, Father, that's false, you know! Why did you have me say what isn't so?
Because I am resolved it shall be true. That it's my wish should be enough for you.
You can't mean,
Yes! Tartuffe shall be allied by marriage to this family, and he should be your husband. Is that clear? It's a father's privilege. What are you doing here? Is curiosity so fierce a passion of you that you must eavesdrop in this fashion?
Well, lately there's been a rumor going about based on some hunch or chance remark, no doubt, that you mean Marianne to wed Tartuffe. I've laughed it off, of course, as just a spoof.
You find it so incredible?
Yes, I do. I won't accept that story even from you.
Well, you'll believe it when the thing is done.
Yes, yes, of course. Go on and have your fun.
I've never been more serious in my life.
Huh.
I mean it, daughter. You're to be his wife.
No, don't believe your father. It's all a hoax.
Now see here, young
Oh,
lady.
come, sir. No
Stop that
more
way.
jokes. You can't fool us.
How dare you talk that way?
All right, then. We believe you. Sad to say, but how a man like you can be so foolish.
Silence! Please, my girl, you take too many liberties. I'm master here, as you must not forget.
Oh, dude, let's discuss this calmly. Don't get upset. Why should a man of property like you pick out a beggar's son-in-law?
That will do. Speak of his poverty and reverence. His was a pure and saintly indigence, which far transcends all worldly pride and pelf. He lost his fortune, as he says himself, because he cared for heaven alone, and so was careless with his interests here below. I mean, to get him out of his current straits and help him to recover his estate.
Doesn't it seem to you a trifle grim to give a girl like her to a man like him? Hard to be a faithful wife, in short, to certain husbands of a certain sort. And he who gives his daughter to a man she hates must answer for her sins at heaven's gates. Think, sir, before you play so risky a role.
This servant girl presumes to save my soul.
You would do well to ponder what I've said.
Daughter will disregard this dunderhead. Distrust your father's judgment. Oh, I'm aware that I once promised you to young Valere, but now I hear he gambles, which greatly shocks me. What's more, I have doubts about his orthodoxy. His visits to church, I note, are very few.
Would you have him go at the same hours as you and kneel nearby just to be sure of being seen?
I can dispense with such remarks, Doreen. You two will interchange your faithful loves, like two sweet cherubs or two turtle doves. No harsh word shall be heard, nor frown be seen, and he shall make you as happy as a queen.
And she'll make him a cuckold, just wait and see.
What language!
Oh, he's a man of destiny. He's made for horns, and what the stars demand, your daughter's virtue surely cannot withstand.
Don't interrupt me further. Why can't you learn that certain things are none of your concern?
It's for your own sake that I interfere.
Oh, spare me your affection.
Oh, sir, I'll love you in spite of your objection. I can't bear so for your honor's sake to let you make this ludicrous mistake.
Do you mean to go on talking?
If I didn't protest this sinful marriage, my conscience couldn't rest.
If you don't hold your tongue, you little shrew!
What, lost your temper, a pious man like you?
Yes! Yes! You talk and talk! I'm maddened by it. Once more, I'll tell you to be quiet.
Well, I'll be quiet, but I'll be thinking hard.
Think all you like, but you'd better guard that saucy little tongue of yours, Rob. Now, daughter, I've weighed this matter fully.
It drives me wild that I can't speak.
But still his person...
Oh, is as sweet as candy.
Is as much that... If you shouldn't care for his other merits...
They'll make a lovely pair. If I were she, no man would marry me against my inclination and go scot-free. He'd learn before the wedding day was over how readily a wife can find a lover.
It seems you treat my orders as a joke.
Oh, why? What's the matter? It was not to you I spoke.
What were you doing?
Oh, just talking to myself, that's all.
Get over. Yes! One more bit of impudence and gall, and I shall give her a good slap on the face! Now, daughter, you shall accept, and with good grace, the husband I've selected. Your wedding day. Why don't you go talk to yourself?
Oh, I have nothing to say.
Come, just one word.
Oh, no, thank you, sir, I pass.
Oh, please, I'm waiting.
I'd not be such an ass.
Now, daughter, in short, I mean to be obeyed, and you shall bow to the sound choices I have made.
I've not led such a monster, even in jest.
Daughter, that maid of yours is a thorough pest. She's made me sinfully annoyed, and I can't speak further. My nerves are too unsettled. She's so upset me with her insolent talk that I'll calm myself by going for a walk.
Give me that. Have you lost your tongue, girl? Must I play your part and say the lines you ought to say? Faced with a fate so hideous and absurd, can you not utter one dissenting word?
What good would it do? A father's power is great.
Well, resist him now or it would be too late.
But
tell him one cannot love at a father's whim, that you must marry for yourself, not him. And that if his Tartuffe is so sublime, he's free to marry him at any time.
I bound so long to father's strict control, I couldn't oppose him now to save my soul.
Oh, come, Marianne, do listen to reason, won't you? The lair has asked your hand, do you love him, or don't you?
Doreen, what can you mean by asking such a question? You know the depth of my affection for him. I've told you 100 times how I adore him.
You love him then?
Oh, more than I can express.
And he, I take it, cares for you no less?
I think so.
And you both, with equal fire, burn to be married.
That is our one desire.
What if Tartuffe, then? What of your father's plan?
I'll kill myself if I'm forced to wed that man.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that recourse. How splendid. Just die and all of your troubles will be ended.
Doreen, how harsh you are. It's most unfair. You have no sympathy for my despair.
I have none at all for people who talk drivel and when faced with difficulties, whine and snivel.
No doubt I'm timid, but it would be wrong.
True love requires a heart that's firm and strong. Your father's brain has grown so cracked over his dear Tartuffe that he can retract his blessing. Though your wedding day was named, it's truly not the lair that's to be blamed.
If I defy my father as you suggest, would it not seem unmaidenly at best? Shall I defend my love at the expense of brazenness and disobedience? Shall I parade my heart's desires and
No,
flaunt?
I ask nothing of you. Clearly, you want to be Madame Tartuffe, and I feel bound not to oppose a wish so very sound. Monsieur Tartuffe, now there's a man of weight. Yes, Monsieur Tartuffe, I'm bound to state, oh, is quite a person, that's not to be denied. 'Twill be no little thing to be his bride. His ears are red. He has a pink complexion. Oh, and all in all, he'll suit you to perfection.
Oh, dear God! Oh, advise me, and I'll do whatever you say.
No, a dutiful daughter must obey her father, even if he weds her to an ape. You've a bright future. Why struggle to escape? Tartuffe will take you back to where his family lives. A small town, a swarm with relatives, uncles, and cousins whom you'll be charmed to meet. You'll be received at once by the elite, calling upon the bailiff's wife, no less. Even perhaps upon the mayoress, who will sit you down in her best kitchen chair, and then once a year, you'll dance at the village fair to the drone of bagpipes. Two of them, in fact, and see a puppet show or an animal act. Your husband. Your servant, madame.
Doreen, I beg
No,
of
you deserve it. This marriage must go through.
Doreen!
No.
Oh, not Tartuffe. You know, I think
Tartuffe's your cup of tea, and you shall drink it.
I've always told you everything, and rely
No,
on
you deserve to be Tartuffified.
Well, since you mock
stop, and here comes the lair. Your lover.
Madam, I've just received some wondrous news regarding which I'd like to hear your views.
What news?
You're marrying Tartuffe.
I find that father does have such a match in mind.
Your father? Madam?
Has just this minute said that it's Tartuffe he wishes me to wed.
Oh, can he be serious?
Oh, indeed he can. He's clearly set his heart upon the plan.
And what positions do you propose to take, madam?
Why, I don't know.
For heaven's sake, you don't know?
No.
Well!
Advise me, do.
Oh, marry the man. That's my advice to you.
That's your advice.
Yes.
Truly.
Oh, absolutely. You couldn't choose more wisely, more astutely.
Well, thanks for the counsel. I'll follow it, of course.
Do. I'm sure 'twill cost you no remorse.
To give it didn't cause your heart to break.
I gave it, madam. But only for your sake.
And it's for your sake that I take it, sir.
Let's see which fool proves the stubborner.
So, I'm nothing to you, and it was flat deception.
Oh, please, enough of that. You've told me plainly that I should agree to wed the man my father's chosen for me.
Oh, no. 'Twas not by me that you were swayed. No! Your decision was already made.
Just as you say.
Quite so. And now I see that you were never in love with me.
Alas, you're free to think so if you choose.
I choose to think so, madam. But here's a bit of news. You've spurned my hand, but I know where to turn for kind of treatment as you shall quickly learn.
I'm sure you do. Your noble qualities inspire affection.
Oh, forget my qualities, please. They don't inspire you over much, I find. But there's another lady I have in mind. Right. Am I to yield you to a rival's arms and not console myself with others' charms?
Oh, go then. Console yourself. Don't hesitate. I wish you to. Indeed, I cannot wait.
You wish me to?
Yes.
Madam, that is the final straw. You want me gone, your wish shall be my law.
Good.
Remember, too, that this breach is your making. It's you've driven me to the steps I'm taking.
Of course.
Remember, too, that I'm merely following your example.
I see that clearly.
Enough. I'll go and do your bidding then.
Good.
You shall never see my face again.
Excellent.
Yes?
What?
What was that? What did you say?
Nothing. You're dreaming.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll be on my way then. Farewell, Madame.
Farewell. If you ask me, both of you are as mad can be. You stop this nonsense now. I've only let you squabble so long to see where it would get you. Well there, Monsieur Valère.
What's the story?
Come here.
No, don't hold me back. No, or will must be obeyed.
Stop.
No. My decision's been made.
Oh, who?
He hates the sight of me, that's plain. I'll go, and so deliver him from pain.
And now you run away. Come back.
No! Nothing you can say will keep me here. Let go!
What do you want of me?
What is the point of this?
We're going to have a little armistice. Now, weren't you silly to get so overheated?
Didn't you see how badly I was mistreated?
Aren't you a simpleton to have lost your head?
Didn't you hear the hateful things he said?
You're both great fools. Her sole desire, Valère, is to be yours in marriage, to that I'll swear. He loves you only and wants no wife, but you, Marianne, on that'll stake my life.
Then why you advised me so, I cannot see.
On such a question, why ask advice of me?
Oh, you're impossible. Give me your hands, yours first.
But why?
And now a hand from you.
What are you doing?
They're a perfect fit. You'll suit each other better than you'll admit.
Oh, come. Don't be so haughty. Give a man a look of kindness, won't you, Marianne?
I tell you, lovers are completely mad.
Now, confess that You were very bad to hurt my feelings as you did just now. I have a just complaint you must allow.
And you must allow that you were most unpleasant.
Let's table that discussion for the present. Your father has a plan which must be stopped.
Advise us then. What means must we adopt?
Go to your friends and tell them what's occurred. Have them urge her father to keep his word. Meanwhile, we'll stir her brother into action and get Elmire as well to join our faction. Oh God, goodbye.
Oh, each of us will do his best. It's your true heart on which my hopes shall rest.
Regardless of what father may decide, none but Valere shall claim me as his bride.
Oh, how those words content me! Come, what will?
Oh, lovers, their tongues are never still. Be off now.
One last word.
No time to chat! You leave by this door and you by that!
May lightning strike me even as I speak. May all men call me cowardly and weak. If any fear or scruple hand should hold me back from settling things at once with that great quack.
Now don't give way to violent emotion. Your father has merely talked about this notion. And words and deeds are far from being one. Much that is talked about is left undone.
No! I had that scoundrel and his machinations! I will go and tell him off! I'm out of patience!
Do come down and be practical. I'd rather my mistress deal with him and with your father. She has some influences with Tartuffe, I've noted. He hangs upon her words, seems more devoted, and may indeed be smitten by her charm. Pray heaven it's true, 'twould do our cause no harm. She sent for him just now to sound him out about this affair you're so incensed about. His man says he's finished with his prayers. Go now, I'll catch them when they come downstairs.
I want to hear this conference, and I will!
No, they must be alone.
Oh, I'll keep still.
No, not you. I know your temper. You'd start a brawl. You'd shout and stamp your foot and spoil it all. Go on.
No, I won't. I have perfect right.
Lord, you're a nuisance. He's coming down the sight. Is Jesus now?
Hang up my hair, sir. Put my scourge in its place. And pray, Laurent, for heaven's perpetual grace. I'm going to the prison now to share my last few coins with the poor wretches there.
Dear God, what affectation, what a faith.
You wish to see me?
Yes.
Oh, for goodness sake, please take this handkerchief before you speak.
What?
The flesh is weak and hard to control. Such sights as that can undermine the soul.
It's strange that you're so easily excited. My own desires are not so soon ignited. And if I saw you naked as a beast, not all your hide would tempt me in the least.
Girl, speak more modestly. Unless you do, I shall be forced to take my leave of you.
Oh no, it's I who must be on my way. I just have one little message to convey. Madame is coming down and begs you, sir, to wait and have a word or two with her.
Gladly.
That had a softening effect. I think my guess about him was correct.
Will she be long?
No, that's her step. I hear. Ah, here she is. I shall disappear.
May heaven, whose infinite goodness we adore, preserve your body and soul forevermore, and bless your days, and answer this the plea of one who is its humblest votary.
I thank you for the pious wish, but please do take a seat and let's be more at ease.
I trust you are once more well and strong.
Oh yes, the fever didn't last for long.
My prayers are too unworthy, I am sure, to gain from heaven this most gracious cure.
You shouldn't have troubled so, I don't deserve it.
Your health is priceless, madame, and to preserve it I'd give anything, even my own, in all sincerity.
Sir, you outdo us all in Christian charity. You've been most kind. I count myself your debtor.
I long to serve you better.
There's a matter I'm anxious to discuss. I'm glad there's no one here to hinder us.
Yes, I too am glad. It floods my heart with bliss to find myself alone with you like this.
This won't take long, and I hope you'll be entirely frank and unconstrained.
Indeed, there's nothing I'd rather do than bare my inmost heart and soul to you. First, let me say what remarks I've made about the constant visit you have paid were prompted not by any mean emotion, but rather by a pure and deep devotion, a fervent zeal.
No need for explanation. Your sole connection, I'm sure, was my salvation.
Quite so. And such great fervor do I feel.
Oh, please, you're pitching.
'Twas from excess of zeal. I'd never meant to do you harm, I swear. I'd rather.
What can your hand be doing there?
Why, feeling your gown. What soft, fine, woven stuff.
Please, I'm extremely ticklish. That's enough.
Look! What lovely chiffon work on your dress. The workmanship's miraculous, no less. I've not seen anything equal to it.
Yes, quite, but let's talk business for a bit. They say my husband means to break his word and give his daughter to you, sir. Had you heard?
It's elsewhere, madame, that my eyes discern the promise of that bliss for which they yearn.
I see you care for nothing here below.
Oh, well, my heart's not made of stone, you know.
All your desires mount heavenward, I'm sure, in scorn of all that's earthly and impure.
A love of heavenly beauty does not preclude a proper love for earthly pulchritude. How could I look on you, O flawless creature, and not adore the author of all nature, feeling a love both passionate and pure for you, this triumph of self-portraiture? It is, I know, presumptuous on my part to bring you this offering of my heart, and it is not my merit, heaven knows, but your compassion in which my hopes repose. You are my peace, my solace, my salvation. On you depends my bliss or desolation. I shall bide your judgment, and as you think best, be either miserable or blessed.
Your declaration is most gallant, sir, but don't you think it's a bit out of character? You would have done well to hide your passion before you spoke in such a fashion. It ill becomes a pious man like you.
I may be pious, but I'm human too. With your celestial charms before his eyes, a man has not the power to be wise. I know such words sound strangely coming from me, but I'm no angel, nor was meant to be. With me there would need be no anxiety, no fear of scandal or notoriety. Men of my sort love discreetly, and one may trust our reticence completely. My keen concern for my good name ensures the absolute security of yours. Sure, my dear me. I offer you love without scandal, pleasure without fear.
I've heard your well-turned speeches to the end, and what you urge I clearly apprehend. Aren't you afraid I may take a notion and tell my husband of your warm devotion? And supposing he were duty told, his feelings toward you might go rather cold?
I know, dear madame, that your exceeding charity will lead your heart to pardon my temerity, that you'll excuse my violent affection as human weakness, human imperfection, and that, oh fairest, you will bear in mind that I am but flesh and blood, and am not blind.
women might do otherwise, perhaps, but I shall be discreet about your lapse. I'll tell my husband nothing of what's occurred if, in return, you give your solemn word to advocate as forcefully as you can the marriage of the Lair and Mary Ann, renouncing all desire to dispossess another of his rightful happiness and...
We'll not hush up about this vile affair! That's right! I heard it all inside that cupboard there, where heaven, in order to confound the pride of this great rascal, prompted me to hide.
What's going on here?
Oh, you want a piece of me too? Come on, I can take the both of you.
Grossa Lucas Escape!
Get out of here!
No, Denise. I'll be content if he studies to deserve my leniency. I promise silence to make me break my word. To make a scandal would be too absurd.
Madam, you have your reasons for taking such a course, but I have reasons of equal force. To spare him now would be insanely wrong, and I've swallowed my just wrath for far too long, watching this insolent bigot bringing strife and bitterness into our family life. Too long he's meddled in my father's affairs, thwarting my marriage hopes and poor Valaire's. It's high time my father was undeceived, and now I've proof that can't be disbelieved. Proof that was given to me by heaven above. It's too good not to take advantage of. This is my chance, and I deserve to lose it. For one moment I hesitate to use it.
Denise!
No! I must do what I think is right. Madam, my heart is bursting with delight. And say whatever you will, I'll not consent to lose this sweet revenge on which I'm bent. I'll settle things without further ado. And here most opportunely is my cue. Father! I'm so glad you've joined us, and let us advise you of some fresh news which doubtless will surprise you. Oh, you've just been repaid with interest for all your loving kindness to our guest. Oh, he's proved his warm and grateful feelings towards you. So with a pair of worms he would reward you. That's right, I surprised him with your wife and heard his adulterous offer. Every word. She, with her all too gentle disposition, would not have told you of this proposition. But I shall not make terms with such brazen lechery, and feel that not to tell you would be treachery.
And I hold that one's husband's peace of mind should not be spoiled by a tattle of this kind. One's honor doesn't require it. To be proficient in keeping men at bay is quite sufficient. These are my sentiments, and I wish, Denise, that you had heeded me and held your peace.
Can it be true, this dreadful thing I hear?
Yes, brother. I'm a wicked man, I fear. A wretched sinner, all depraved and twisted. The greatest villain to have ever existed. My life's one heap of crimes, which grows by the minute. There's naught but foulness and corruption in it. And I perceive that heaven, outraged by me, has chosen this moment to mortify me. Charge me with any deed you wish to name. I'll not defend myself, but take the blame. Yes, believe what you are told, and drive Tartuffe like some base criminal from beneath your roof. Yes, drive me hence, and with parting curse, I shan't defend myself, for I deserve far worse.
You deceitful boy! How dare you try to stain his purity with so foul a lie?
What? Are you taking it by such a blow?
Enough, you rogue! Enough!
No, brother, you're being unjust. Believe in his story. The boy deserves your trust. Why should you put your faith in me? How can you know what I might do or be? Is it on my good actions that you base your faith? Do you trust my pious face? Ah, no! Don't be deceived by such hollow shows. I'm far, alas, from being what men suppose. Though the world takes me for a man of worth, I'm truly the most worthless man on earth.
Yes, my son! Speak out now,
Call me the chief of sinners, a wretch, a murderer, a thief. Load me with all the names men more abhor.
I'll not defend myself. I've earned them all and more. I'll kneel here while you pour them on my head as a just punishment for the life I've led.
This is too much, dear brother. Have you no heart?
Are you so hoodwinked by this rascal's act?
Be still, you monster brother, I pray.
Rise.
Villain! Silence!
Can you not realize?
Just one more word and I'll tear you limb from limb!
Oh, no, brother! You're being too harsh with him. I'd far rather be tortured at the stake than see him bear one scratch for my poor sake.
Ingrate!
If I must beg you, on bended knee, to pardon him.
What? Such goodness cannot be. Now there's true charity. Villain, be still. I know your motives. I know you wish him ill. Yes, all of you. Wife, children, servants, all conspire against him and desire his fall, employing every shameful trick you can to alienate me from this saintly man. Now, but the more you do to drive him away, the more I'll do to keep him without delay. I'll spite this household and confound its pride by giving him my daughter as his bride.
You're going to force her to accept his hand?
Yes, and this very night. Do you understand? I'll defy you all and make it clear that I'm the one who gives orders around here. Now come, wretch, kneel down and clasp his blessed feet and beg him your pardon of your black deceit.
I asked that swindler's pardon! Why, I'd rather...
So you insult him and defy your father. A stick. Come on, a stick. No, release me, you. Out of this household. Be off with you. And never dare step foot in it again.
Well, I shall go, but...
Go quickly, then. I disinherit you. An empty purse is all you receive from me, except my curse. How he blasphemed your good name. What a son!
Forgive him, Lord, as I've already done. You can't know how it hurts when someone tries to blacken me in my dear brother's eyes. The mere thought of such ingratitude plunges my soul into so dark. A horror grips my heart. I gasp for breath and cannot speak. I feel myself near death.
You blackguard! Why did I spare you? Why did I not break you into little pieces on the spot?
My glasses!
Come, brother. Rise. And don't be hurt, dear friend.
These scenes, these dreadful quarrels must come to an end. I've much upset your household, and I perceive that the best thing would be for me to leave.
What are you saying?
They're all against me here. They'd have you think me false and insincere.
No, brother, never.
Brother, a wife can sway her husband's mind in many a subtle way.
No.
To leave at once is the solution. Only thus can I end their persecution.
No, you shall not. You shall remain.
Well, 'twill mean much martyrdom and pain, but if you wish it...
Enough!
So be it. But one thing must be said, as I see it. For your dear honor and our friendship's sake, there's one precaution I feel bound to take. I shall avoid your wife and keep away.
Oh, no, you shall not, whatever they may say. It pleases me to vex them, and for spite, I'd have them see you with her day and night. Once more, to drive them to despair, I'm going to make you my only son and heir. This very day, I'll give you a loan, clear deed entitled to everything I own. A dear good friend and son-in-law to be is more than a wife or child or kin to me. Now, will you accept my offer? Dearest son.
In all things, let the will of heaven be done.
No, poor fellow. Come, let us draw up the deed and watch them burst with disappointed greed.
Monsieur Tartuffe! All the town's discussing it, and truly their comments do not flatter you unduly. I'm glad we've met, sir, and I'll give my view of this sad matter in a word or two. As for who's guilty, well, that I shan't discuss. Let's say it was Demise who caused the fuss. Assuming then that you have been ill-used by young Demise and groundlessly accused, ought not a Christian to forgive, and ought he not to stifle every vengeful thought? Should you stand by and watch a father make his only son in exile for your sake? Again, I tell you frankly, be advised. The whole town, high and low, is scandalized. This quarrel must be mended, and my advice is not to push matters to a further crisis. No, sacrifice your wrath to God above, and help Demise regain his father's love. Tut-tut! Your reasoning is badly warped and stretched, and these excuses, sir, are most far-fetched. Why put yourself in charge of heaven's cause? Does heaven need our help to enforce its laws? Leave vengeance to the Lord. Sir, while we live, our duty's not to punish, but to forgive. And what the Lord commands, we should obey without regard to what the world may say. What? Shall the fear of being misunderstood prevent our doing what is right and good? No. No. Let's simply do as heaven ordains, and let no other thoughts perplex our brains.
Again, sir, let me say I have forgiven young Demise and must obey the laws of heaven. But I am not commanded by the Bible to live with one who would smear my name with libel.
Were you commanded, sir, to indulge him in a poor or wrong, and to encourage him in suddenly transferring to your name a large estate to which you have no claim?
The treasures of this world I quite despise. Their specious glitter does not charm my eyes. And if I resign myself to taking the gift which my dear brother insisted on making, I do so only, as he well understands, lest so much wealth fall into wicked hands.
Does true religion teach that lawful heirs may freely be deprived of what is theirs? And if the Lord has told you in your heart that you and young Demise must dwell apart, would it not be the decent thing to beat a generous and honorable retreat?
Sir, it is 3:30. I have certain pious duties I must attend to, and hope my prompt departure will not offend you. recognize you all assembled here. This contract, dear daughter, contains your happiness, and what it says, I'm sure your heart can guess.
Sir, by the heaven which sees me here distressed, and by whatever else can move your breast, do not employ a father's power, I pray you, to crush my heart and force it to obey you. Spare me! I beg you, I implore, the pain of wedding one whom I abhor. And do not, by a heartless use of force, drive me to contemplate some desperate course.
Be firm, my soul. No human weakness now.
I do not resent your love for him. Allow your heart free rein. Give him your property. And if that's not enough, take mine from me. He's welcome to my money. Take it too. Don't, I pray, include my person too. Spare me. And let me end the tale of my sad days by the convent veil.
A convent? Ha! When crossed in their amours, all lovesick girls share the same thoughts as yours. Get up! The more you loathe the man and dread him, the more ennobling it will be to wed him. Marry Tartuffe and mortify your flesh. Oh, stop with that whimpering afresh.
But why?
Be still there! Speak when you're spoken to! Not one more bit of impudence out of you! Hello? No. Monsieur Argas? No. Bye-bye.
If I may offer a word of counsel here.
Brother, in counseling, you have no fear. Your advice is forceful, sound, and clever. I just don't propose to follow, however.
I'm amazed. I know not what to say. Your blindness simply takes my breath away. You are indeed bewitched to take no warning from our account of what occurred this morning. When men make overtures, must we reply with righteous anger and a battle cry? Must we turn back their amorous advances with sharp reproaches and fiery glances? Myself, I find such offers merely amusing and make no scenes or fusses in refusing. I find a polite and cool rebuff discourages a lover quite enough.
I know all the facts, and shall not be shaken.
I marvel at your power to be mistaken. Would it, I wonder, carry weight with you if I could show you that our tale was true?
Show me?
Yes.
Right!
Come, what if I found a way to make you see the facts plain as day?
Nonsense.
Do answer me, don't be absurd. I'm not now asking you to trust our word. Suppose that from some hiding place in here, you learn the whole sad truth. By eye and ear, what would you say of your good friend after that?
Well, I'd say nothing by Jehoshaphat. It can't be true.
You've been too long deceived, and I've grown tired of being disbelieved. Come, let's put my statements to the test, and you shall see the truth made manifest.
I'll take the challenge. Now, do your uttermost, and let's see if you make good your empty boast.
Send him to me.
He's crafty. It may be hard to catch the cunning scoundrel off his guard.
No, amorous men are gullible, and their conceit so blinds them that they're never too hard to cheat. Have him come down. Please leave us for a bit. Go to that table and get under it.
What?
It's essential that you be well hidden.
Why there?
Oh, heavens, just do as you're bidden. I have my plans. We'll soon see how they fare. Under the table now. And once you're there, take care you're neither seen nor heard.
Well, I'll indulge you since I gave my word to see you through this infantile charade.
Once it's over, you'll be glad we played. I'm going to act quite strangely now, and you must not be shocked by anything I do. Anything I say, you must excuse as part of that deceit I'm forced to use. I shall employ sweet speeches in the task of making the impostor drop his mask. I'll give encouragement to his bold desires and furnish fuel to his amorous fires. Since it's for your sake and his destruction that I shall seem to yield to his seduction, I'll gladly stop whenever you decide that all your doubts are fully satisfied. I'll count on you as soon as you have seen what sort of man he is to intervene and not expose me to his odious lust one moment longer than you think you must. Remember, you're here to save me from my plight whenever... He's coming! Hush! Get out of sight! thing that must happen now is a repetition of this morning's row. I've never been so badly caught off guard. Oh, how I feared for you. But you saw how hard I tried to make that troublesome Demise control his dreadful temper and hold his peace. In my confusion, I didn't have the sense to simply contradict his evidence. As it happens, that was for the best. All has turned out in our interest. The storm has only bettered our position. My husband doesn't have the least suspicion, and in mockery of those who do, he bids me be continually with you. And that is why, quite fearless of the proof, I now can be alone with my dear Tartuffe. And why my heart, perhaps too quick to yield, feels free to let its passion be revealed.
Madame, your words confuse me. Not long ago you spoke in quite a different tune, you know.
Ah, sir, if that refusal made you smart, it's little what you know of a woman's heart, or what that heart is trying to convey when it resists in such a feeble way. Always at first, our modesty prevents the frank avowal of tender sentiments. However high the passion which inflames us, still to confess its power somehow shames us. Thus we were left at first, yet in a tone that tells you that our heart is overthrown, and that what our lips deny, our pulse confesses. And in time, all no's will turn to yeses.
No happiness is so complete as when from lips we love come words so sweet. But might this not be a trick? Might not the catch be that you wish me to break my match with Marianne and so have feigned to love me? I fear I shan't quite trust your fond opinion of me until the feelings you've expressed so sweetly have been demonstrated somewhat more concretely.
Why be in such a hurry? Must my heart exhaust its bounty at the very start?
The less we merit, the less we dare to hope. And with our doubts, mere words can never cope. We trust no promised bliss till we receive it. Not until the joy is ours can we believe it.
My, how tyrannical your love can be, how it flusters and perplexes me. Come, must you hound and harry me to death? Will you give me no time to catch my breath? Can it be right to press me with such force? Give me no quarter, show me no remorse, and take advantage by your stern insistence of fond feelings which weaken my resistance.
Well, if you look upon favor with my love, why then begrudge me some clear proof thereof?
Well, how can I consent without offense to heavens where we feel such reverence?
Madame, if heaven is all that holds you back, don't worry. I can remove that hindrance in a hurry. Nothing of that sort need obstruct our path.
Must one not be afraid of heaven's wrath?
Madame, forget such fears and be my pupil. I shall teach you how to conquer scruple. Yes, it's true. Some joys are wrong in heaven's eyes, and yet heaven is not adverse to compromise. I'll teach you, madam, the secrets of that science. Meanwhile, just place on me your full reliance. Assuage my keen desires and feel no dread. The sin, if any, shall be on my head.
hint of licorice may be what you need.
No, I've a stubborn cold, it seems. I'm sure it'll take much more than licorice to cure it.
How aggravating.
Or more than I can say.
Madame, if you are still troubled, think of things in this way. No one need know our joys, save us alone. And there's no evil till the act is known. It's scandal, madam, which makes it an offense. And it's no sin to sin in confidence.
Well, clearly I must do as you require and yield to your importunate desire. It is apparent now that nothing less will satisfy you, and so I acquiesce. Since you ask for concrete evidence, I see nothing for it now but to comply. If this is sinful of me, if I'm wrong to do it, so much the worse for him who drove me to it. The fault can surely not be charged to me.
Madame, the fault is mine, if fault there be, and...
Oh, go at that door and peek out. I wouldn't want my husband poking about.
Why worry about the man? Each day he grows more gullible. One can lead him by the nose. To find us here would fill him with delight, and if he saw the worst, he'd doubt his sight. Say what?
Nevertheless, go out for a minute into the hall and see no one's in it.
That man, I must say, is a vicious beast. I must admit, I'm simply stunned. I can't get over it.
What, coming out so soon? How premature! Going into hiding and wait till you're sure. Stay to the end and be convinced completely. We mustn't stop till things are proved concretely.
Hell never harbored anything so vicious.
Tut, don't be hasty. Try to be judicious. Wait and be certain that there's no mistake, no jumping to conclusion, for heaven's sake!
Madame, I've given the neighboring rooms a full inspection. No one's about. All things have worked out to perfection. Now I may finally at last not so bad. I should advise a little more restraint. So, you thought you'd fool me, my dear saint.
I'm sorry to have treated you so slyly, but circumstances forced me to be wily.
What I intended... Oh, that seems fairly clear. Just spare me your falsehoods and get out of here. No. I'm the master here, and you're the one to go. This house belongs to me, I'll have you know. And I shall show you that you can't hurt me by this contemptible conspiracy, that those who cross me know not what they do, that I've means to expose and punish you. Avenge offended heaven, and make you grieve that ever you dared order me to leave.
What was the point of all that angry chatter?
Oh, God, I'm worried this is no laughing matter.
How so?
I fear I understood his drift. I'm very much concerned about that deed of gift.
You gave him the...
Yes, it's all been drawn and signed, but one thing more is weighing on my mind. I don't know him!
What was that?
I'll tell you, but first let's see if there's a certain portrait in that room upstairs. Brother! Where are you going? And why such the rush? May God help us!
Oh, wait, let's have a conference in the delivery on how this situation is to be met.
This is the worst of many tribulations.
Is the portrait not still in its secret place?
I don't know!
You what?
Oh, the portrait is being left. Because the council of my wife's guest. So I'm taking an investigation I took away a right of willingnation. And say that I did not have it there by I no expense you can't tell a lie. Stop! Come on! What are you... Come on! Why did I do that?
Where?
Oh, you just... Gratitude is unparalleled. I save a wretched pauper from starvation, house him, and treat him as a blood relation. Shower him every day with my largesse, give him my daughter and everything I possess. And meanwhile, the unconscionable knave tries to induce my wife to misbehave, and not yet content with extreme rascality, threatens me with my own liberality, and aims to take base advantage of the gifts I gave him out of Christian love, to drive me from my house, a ruined man, and make me end a pauper as he began.
Poor fellow.
Oh!
No, no, my son, I will never bring myself to think him guilty of such a thing.
Say what?
The righteous were always maligned.
Speak clearly, Mother. Say what's on your mind.
I mean that I can smell a rat, my dear. You know how everybody hates him here.
That has no bearing on the case at all.
Oh, I told you 100 times when you were small that virtue in this world is ever. Malicious men may die, but malice never.
No doubt that's true, but how does it apply?
They have turned you against him by a clever lie.
I tell you, I was there and saw it
Oh,
done.
slanderers will stop at nothing, son.
Mother, I'll lose my temper for the last time. I tell you, I was witness to the
The
crime.
tongues of spite are busy night and noon, and to their venom no man is immune.
You're talking nonsense. Why can't you realize that I saw it? Saw with my own eyes. Do you understand me? Must I shout it into your ears before you cease to doubt
One
it?
often interprets things awry. Good can seem evil to the suspicious eye.
Was I to see him pawing at Elmire as a sign of charity?
Until his guilt is clear. A man deserves the benefit of the doubt. You should have waited to see how things turned out.
Oh, great God in heaven, what more proof did I need? Was I to sit there and watch until he...
No, no, my son. You cannot shake me. I don't believe it, and you shall not make me.
It's your turn now, sir, not to be listened to. You did not trust us, and now she won't trust you.
What is that man looking for? Who is he? Do. Stop him. Tell him that I'm busy. Go.
Good day, dear sister. Kindly let me see your master.
He's involved with company and cannot be disturbed just now, I fear.
I hate to intrude, but what has brought me here today will not disturb your master in any event. The news I bring will make him most content.
Oh, your name?
Oh, just say that I bring greetings from Monsieur Tartuffe, on whose behalf I've come.
Sir, he's a very gracious man and bears a message from Tartuffe, which he declares will make you most content.
Upon my word, this man had best be seen and heard.
Perhaps he has has a settlement to suggest. How shall I treat him? What manner would be best?
Well, control your anger, and if he should mention some fair adjustment, give him your full attention.
Good health to you, good sir. May heaven confound your enemies, and may your joys abound.
A gentle salutation, it confirms. Maybe he's here to offer terms.
I've always held your family most dear. I served your father, sir, for many a year.
Pardon me, but to my shame, I cannot recall your face or name.
Loyal's my name. I come from Normandy. And I'm a bailiff, in all modesty. Yes, for 4 years, praise God, it's been my boast to serve with honor in that vital post. And I have come here today, sir, if you will permit the liberty to serve you with this writ.
To what?
Now, sir, please let us have no friction. It's nothing but an order of eviction.
What?
Yes, you ought to move your goods and family out and make way for the new occupants without deferment or delay, and give the keys.
I? Leave this house?
Why, yes, sir, if you please. This house from the cellar to the roof belongs now to the good Monsieur Tartuffe. And he is Lord and Master now of your estate by virtue of a deed of present date, drawn in due form with clearest legible phrases.
Your insolence is utterly amazing!
Young man, my business here is not with you, but with your wise and temperate father, who, like all worldly citizens, stands in awe of justice and would never obstruct the law. Not for a moment, sir, would you rebel against authority. I know that well. You'll not make trouble, sir, or interfere with the execution of my duties here.
Someone ought to execute a smart tattoo on that black jacket of yours before he gets through.
Sir, bid your son be silent. I'd much regret having to mention such a nasty threat of violence in writing my report.
This man Loyal's a most disloyal sort.
I love all men of upright character, and when I agreed to serve you the paper, sir, it was your feelings I had in mind. I couldn't bear to see the case assigned to someone else who might esteem you less or subject you to unpleasantness.
What's more unpleasant than telling a man to leave his house and home?
You'd like a short reprieve. If you desire it, sir, I shall not press you, but wait until tomorrow to dispossess you. Oh, splendid! Then I shall come and spend the night here, then. Most quickly, with half a score of men. My men, I promise, will be on their best behavior and shall not disturb your rest. But bright and early, sir, you must be quick and move out your furniture. Every stick. In short, I'll make things pleasant and convenient, and since I'm being so extremely lenient, please show me, sir, a like consideration and give me your entire cooperation.
I may be all but bankrupt, but I vow I give 100 louis here and now just for the pleasure of landing one good clap right on the end of that complacent snap.
Careful, brother, don't make things worse.
Oh, shut up!
My boot sole itches to get this beggar a good chicken of riches!
No, Denise, we should be cordial and take a different tack. Just look at Monsieur's fine, broad bag.
Oh. Take care. A woman, too, may go to jail if she uses suggestive language to a bailiff.
Enough, this must not go on. Give me that piece of paper, please, and you, sir, be gone.
Well, au revoir. God give you all good cheer.
Oh, may God confound you, and him who sent you here! Now, Mother, was I right or not that Rich should change your notion of Tartuffe a bit? Do you perceive his villainy at last?
I'm thunderstruck. I'm utterly aghast.
Oh, come, be fair benevolence.
Will you never hold your tongue? You dunce!
Brother, you must take some action, and at once.
Well, don't tell the world of the low trick he's tried. The deed of gift is surely nullified by his behavior, and public rage will not permit the wretch to carry out his plot.
Sir, though I hate to bring you more bad news, such is the danger that I cannot choose. A friend who is extremely close to me and knows my interest in your family has, for my sake, presumed to violate the secrecy of things that's due to state, and sends me word that you are in a plight from which your one salvation lies in flight. That scoundrel who imposed upon you so denounced you to the king's officer an hour ago, and as supporting evidence displayed secret portraiture of our dear king so betrayed. By keeping them in your possession, or so he testified, that you have disloyally agreed to hide. I don't know just what charges may be pressed, but there's a warrant out for your arrest.
That man, I must say, is a vicious beast.
Quick, sir, you mustn't tarry in the least. My carriage is outside to take you hence. This 1,000 louis should cover all expense. Let's lose no time, or you shall be undone. Your sole defense in this case is to run. I shall go with you all the way and place you in safe refuge to which they'll never trace you.
Alas, dear boy, I wish that I could show you my gratitude for everything I owe you, but now is not the time. I pray to the Lord that I live to see you get your reward. Farewell, my dears. Be careful.
Brother, hurry. We can take care of things here. You needn't worry.
Gently, sir. Gently. Not so fast. Stay right where you are. There's no need for haste. Your lodging isn't far. You're off to prison by order of the prince. This is the crowning blow, you wretch! And since it means my total ruin and defeat, your villainy is not at last complete.
Your taunts and mockeries are all for naught. To do my duty is my only thought.
Your love of duty is more meritorious, and what you've done is little short of glorious.
All deeds are glorious, madam, which serve our sovereign prince who sent me here today.
I rescued you when you were destitute. Have you forgotten that, you thankless brute?
No, no, I well remember everything. But my first duty is to my king. That obligation is so paramount that all other claims besides it simply do not count. And for it, I would sacrifice my wife, my family, my friends, or even my own life.
Hypocrite! All that we most revere he uses to cloak his plots and camouflage his ruses.
Ah, yes. I've delayed too long, and thank you kindly. You're just the proper person to remind me. Come, you're off to join the other boarders in the king's prison according to my orders.
Who, I, sir?
Yes.
To prison? This can't be true.
I owe an explanation, but not to you. Sir, all is well, rest easy, and be grateful. We serve a prince to whom all shame is hateful, a prince who sees into our inmost hearts and cannot be fooled by any trickster's arts. Our royal soul, though generous and human, views all things with discernment and acumen. Our sovereign reason is not lightly swayed, and all our judgments are discreetly weighed. We honor righteous men of every kind, and our zeal for virtue is not blind. With one keen glance, your king perceived the whole perverseness and corruption in his soul. And thus, high heavens, justice was displayed. Betraying you, the rogue stood self-betrayed. Your king soon recognized Tartuffe as one, notorious spy, another name, who'd done so many vicious crimes that one could fill 10 volumes with them and be writing still. But to be brief, your king, by royal order, invalidates the deeds which gave this rascal your estates, and pardons furthermore your grave offense in harboring in exile's documents. Your king, by royal order, rewards you for your loyal deeds in this late civil war, and shows how heartfelt it is satisfaction in recompensing any worthy action.
Heaven be praised.
I breathe again at last.
We're safe.
I can't believe the danger's past.
So you wretch, now you see.
Oh, come, brother, leave this poor wretch to his unhappy fate, and don't say anything to aggravate, but rather hope that this gentleman's true repentance will move our just king to moderate his sentence.
Well said. And gladly kneeling, we'll express the gratitude for which we are feeling. And then, when that first great duty has been done, we'll turn with pleasure to a second one, and give the lair whose love has proven so true the wedded bliss for which he is due.
Come, Marianne.
Pois o samba está muito mal. Ou you get away samba.